Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dating Diaries.
Ciao.
Hey, so we still have our wonderful guests from last time, and we included one more because I think someone else wanted to chime in today.
Hello.
Hey,
Savannah.
welcome, Savannah.
Hello,
Hey,
Savannah.
All right, everybody's in. So we're going to continue our topic that we had with Miss Brittany and Dr. D.
Dr. D. Doctor.
So you guys left off with the money issue. Do women really need to have a man that can provide, or can they equally help out? Because I think in today's society, it is definitely open for that.
There's a misconception when you say equally provide. We could equally provide. Like, that's not the problem.
Then what's the problem?
The problem is I shouldn't be overly providing.
How are you overly providing?
Well, if he's
The
making
problem is she
less,
doesn't want any
if he's
brokies.
making less, I'm overly providing.
How?
And first of all, equal is a bunch of bullshit. There's
How
no
is that-
such thing as equal.
What do you mean? Yes, there
There's
is.
no equal providing. No.
So-
No.
so-
Do you equally raise the children? Hell no, you don't. Do you equally wash the clothes? Hell no, you don't.
Yeah.
Do you equally do dinner? Hell no,
Yes.
you don't. You're not even married.
Dr. D has 3 times of experience. He has a lot of experience.
My
And while
last
That's
he may
true,
not
that's
currently be
true.
married,
That's very true. He
my
does.
last
He has a great deal of
relationship
experience.
for 18 months, I cooked, cleaned, shopped, which I don't like doing, and even help provided. But she was a travel nurse, so she provided.
She provided. Equally?
No.
There's no such thing as equal, though. You guys know that, right? Somebody's always going to provide more. There's no 50-50.
Right.
There's going to be a time where you're going to have to provide 80, and she's going to provide.
Or 100.
Yeah, right? And then vice versa.
Yeah, possibly.
But, like, this idea that it should be 50-50 all the time. It's
So
not
I
gonna
personally have
happen.
never been in a situation where I didn't provide. I've always provided. Right?
Shout out Dr. D.
Thank you.
But
And he-
Dr. D, do you
That's
have
her
to?
type of man. Hello.
I know, and he's single. Okay.
Ah.
Let's tap phone. Do you have an iPhone? I could get your contact info. Come on.
Okay. Seriously, that's what changed the game up. Ew.
What? Wait, what provider? Why you gotta be a game? Okay, anyways. But I'm saying there's no such thing as 50-50.
Well,
There's
here's the
not.
thing. I could give you an example of a relationship where my uncle made very little, but his wife she brought most of the money into the house. And they had a beautiful relationship. They stayed married forever until she passed away. She made sure he was taken care of and everything. My aunt even cooked still and did all her stuff that she felt she needed to do in the house.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It was, but not once did I ever see them resent each other for that, or because he didn't do this enough, or she didn't do that enough.
But it sounds like it was a goal, right? Like a
Yeah,
family, like as partners, as husband and wife, it didn't matter who was bringing in what. They both had a good life.
Yes, and that was the whole point of that. They were just there to provide a life for each other, to show how much they cared and everything. And honestly, I took a big example from that, because it shouldn't matter. Now, if the other person's bringing you down and not helping and getting you in debt, then something's wrong there. But if both,
So to go back to Brittany's point, if they aren't able to take you out on a date because they don't have the money, why are they trying to get you on a date?
Why did they ask?
Right, exactly.
I don't know.
They
Well,
should.
maybe they thought by
Look,
you not
I-
knowing each other, they thought, hey, do you want to go to Applebee's or something?
But I mean, you can go to a park. You can. There's
I
so
have
many.
done
You know,
that. Yes, I have.
I've gone to the library, right? The Phoenix Library, because before it was destroyed or whatever, went through water damage. It's a really good place to watch a sunset.
Oh.
That is very true, fifth floor.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, my
Amazing.
goodness.
It's so beautiful.
Wow.
So you set the date up. You get there, get it right, perfect timing. You can catch the sunset and then go from there.
It's true. I don't know.
That's
Why would
really
it?
thoughtful.
That means you actually put some thought into the date.
Yeah, I think that's so. For me, when it comes to dating, I think that's an appropriate thing for the guy to try to do. right? Figure out where we're going to go, what we're going to do. Now, people have their own opinions, their likes and their dislikes. So you have to ask a lot of questions. Like, do you like seafood? Can we do sushi? Can we whatever?
True.
But again, keeping in mind, I only have $50 in my pocket.
Oh,
right?
Oh my.
Well, let's just say, it's all I have in my pocket, right? So, am I taking them to the steakhouse? Probably not.
No.
Am I going to set it a little bit later, maybe after 7, and say, hey, yogurt or ice cream or just coffee sometimes.
Right.
Late,
One
whatever.
sushi roll. One sushi.
No, we're staying away from food. Right?
Oh, you're right. You better
We're
not even
staying
walk
away-
in that restaurant.
We're staying
You're
away
right.
from liquor.
But I'll say
right?
this.
Because
So my friend told me, he said he went on a date and he said the best date is when you take them out for a coffee because you get to really get to know them and ask good questions. But he said it was like the coolest thing. I was like, oh, I should try that. He went on a date, but he took like a game card to get to know someone.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
I was like,
That's super cute.
I
That
thought
is.
that was like the coolest thing. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, if someone would have taken me to a coffee shop and brought the game card, man, I would have slept with him. I'm saying.
that might have been on the game card, the question.
I went on a roller
Yeah.
skating
Oh, this
date
goes really
before, and it
well.
was awesome.
You did?
Yeah.
Like, how was that?
It was so good. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, it brought me back to my childhood. I was like,
What kind of date?
it was
I'm
good.
sorry.
Roller
Yeah,
skating.
roller
Yes.
skating.
Roller
Love it.
skating,
Yeah.
yeah.
Roller skating.
It was a
awesome.
vibe. And,
Did
but
you
like
fall?
looking back on it, I was like, that might have been low budget, but I liked it.
It's low budget, but it's
Like-
fun.
Did you fall? That's what I want to know.
Me, no, because I'm like a roller skater, but I hadn't been in a minute. And so by the end of the night, I'm like, oh, I'm dancing on the skates. We're just, it was
Hey,
a
you're pop
whole
locking
vibe.
it and shit.
Almost,
Dropping like a top.
almost while holding onto the wall, yeah.
Holding onto the wall.
To drop it like it's hot.
You
Yeah.
know, to drop it like it's hot. That's,
Oh,
that's
that's
next
right,
level.
that's
That's,
right,
I'm not
that's
saying I have
right.
that level of
Of
expertise.
skating.
But it was so much fun. So I guess my point is sometimes things can be unexpected in the best way possible,
I'll say this.
but also be affordable.
I will say this, so I don't sound like a gold digger, because that's
Too
what
late.
people are
Too
thinking.
late, girl. Too late. Too late.
I know.
Jimmy Fox said it right.
Brittany is a gold digger. No, I'm not. Here's why I know
Yes.
I'm not. So I went on a date with this guy. He took me to this nice, like, it was like a lit up for Christmas thing. And I know it was super expensive. I know how much those tickets cost. They were about $80 a person. And there was 2 of us. And he bought all the drinks. I mean, and those drinks were priced. So, like, I know that date cost him a lot.
So you slept with them.
No, I did
Oh.
not. I didn't sleep with
Okay.
him.
Where's he at now?
Not in my fucking life.
All right, well, go ahead. What happened?
You know what? I didn't like him.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Wow.
So you enjoyed
That's
the time.
hurtful.
You enjoyed you enjoyed the date.
I enjoyed the place I was at,
Yeah,
not with
yeah.
him.
That's okay. Did
And
you ever
that's
go
not
back
weird?
with anybody else?
No, because no one invited to do that.
Well, so this might be one of those where you have to throw it in there, right? Because you like the place. You
No,
like the
because
location.
based on Mr. T is if I invite, I have to pay, and I'm not paying $80 for each of us to go. Nope, sir. That's not gonna happen. No. So I don't invite for that reason.
So, but this is all right. So, what if you could take the expense of dating that first few dates out of there by just doing things that cost no money?
Wait, what?
The stunned silence, everybody.
My
Yeah,
Ladies,
you know-
do not go on any park dates.
Like going to
No.
a park date.
No.
Okay.
Like
So-
a park date or
I actually went on a park date, and it was really fun.
Oh, we remember. Episode 1, you guys.
And it wasn't with Twofers. It wasn't with a black tooth. It was with this other guy, but then he pulled out a gun and they just scared the crap out of me.
Wait, whoa.
Like, I was having a good time. Like, oh, we were
Till
on
the
these
gun
little
came out.
scooters, right? And then we were drinking. Like, I felt like a teenager all over again. And I was like, and it was like, I know he was on a budget, I could tell. And I was like, but it was a blast. We were on the scooters. And then all of a sudden, he's like, you want to see my gun? I was like, I literally like, squirt. No, I was scared.
You should be.
And I was like, why do you have a gun at
Yes.
the park? You don't never know. I was like, you never know. Who do you hang out with is what I want to know.
He was prepared. He was prepared for anything.
But
No,
I
he's
should have
prepared
known.
for
It sounds like that's your kind of guy.
I should have known.
He was prepared for the bills,
He
prepared
had-
for the intruder,
Or not the
prepared
bills,
for
not pay the bill.
I should have known he had a gun in
Ditch
that
and dive.
backpack. Because that's where he was pulling out all the liquor.
All right, so a fun date that I've done that cost what? The price of a ticket.
What
The
ticket?
you start off the little tram that goes from like 19th Ave all the way down into Tempe.
Light rail.
The light rail. Yeah. Yeah.
Be careful of the drug addicts. and
Well,
the
no.
homeless people.
So there is definitely some things you need to sit up front, right, towards the driver, because all the carts after the driver are just a clown show or more guns, right? Like
Those are my favorite
like,
ones.
yeah.
I love it.
So, but it's when you get past that, right? Summertime's the worst for it because everybody rides it
Because it's
exit,
hot. Yeah.
But when you can get past it, it's a great way to like go bar hopping and never and not worry about drinking and driving.
Oh, that's awesome.
And what's crazy about that,
That
too,
is a
you're
great idea.
absolutely right. Plus, I used to work for security for that.
Oh yeah.
did?
And then, so
Yeah.
you wear the blue outfits, right? And you get
No,
on.
this is way before the blue outfits. We were in the gray, like in the whites, and then in the long sleeve gray shirts. That's my era. This blue shirt stuff, nah, I'm good. I can't wear that.
Well, I mean, I've seen them jump on, but I've never been like
Oh,
approached.
wait.
Yeah.
What I want to know is you took this person on this real cool date. What happened to her?
She actually.
She slept with you?
We didn't sleep together. We went on several dates. We went on several dates, but
They were 2 dates away from a Vegas marriage.
probably
She.
I don't know. There wasn't the attraction
kidding.
wasn't there. I think the attraction wasn't there because I never moved on her. I like
hate
hanging
it
out
when
with her.
People say that after like multiple dates. It's like, what?
Well,
you didn't know like at least 2 dates in. Like you needed to.
How are you gonna know
string
2
me
dates
along
in?
for 4 dates and let me know that I'm not.
Why would you feel strung along? I still
But-
enjoy your
Oh
company.
my god!
You strung her along. Yeah, you
Yeah, 4 dates.
Wow.
I mean,
4 days.
some women do that as well too.
Well,
We're trying to figure out if we like you or not.
okay, so did the guy do the same thing?
The guy did the same
Really?
thing. Yeah.
I know, but like, it's really it's like by the end of the second date, I know if this is going to be a thing or not.
What thing?
That's
Like
something
I know
serious,
if
something
like
like
if I want to
exciting,
continue
like-
to see
All right, so-
you, if this is a vibe.
All these profiles that say long-term LTR, right? Long-term relationship. How do you get there without the short-term BS? You know, I'd like to get in that first fight. Let's get out of the way, right? We just met, right? Well, you're a bitch, all right? So let's just go get it out of the way.
Why
Call
you
me-
gotta look at me when he said that? Okay, and he
Listen,
pointed
let's-
at me.
Let's get it out of the way.
Brittany, we love you. Okay.
Let's get it out of the way.
I'm a
then
gold
see,
digger and I'm a bitch, I
Yeah.
guess.
See how
He
we,
wants to go on the second date.
see how let's get to the second day, right? Let's see how we recover from this fight. Because some people make up sex. No, I'm not about make up sex, right? If I'm mad at you, we cannot have sex. Not have.
What?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
No make up sex.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It's too emotional.
Too
Oh,
emotional.
that's the
Yeah,
best.
and I might throw you out the window, right? So let's
I mean,
What if I like
you are tall for it. Let's just say that you are tall
I'll
for
just
it.
say,
Okay.
because anger is an emotion, right? Anger is an emotion.
Murder's
That's
in
what
action.
most.
No, murder is wrong.
You said murder is wrong.
He's
It's
talking
wrong.
about throwing people out the window.
Well, exactly.
Okay,
That was
anger-
passion, right? That was the heat of.
But anger is a surface emotion, meaning that there's more to that anger. So anger for man, and I
Okay.
will say for man, that's your first reaction to everything.
No.
Why?
No.
Yes, it
God,
is.
no.
And here's why.
Give me an example.
Bitch, no.
Listen.
That was a good one.
That was good.
No.
But no, that's not our first reaction.
at all.
If
It's the reaction that we all first see, but deep down you don't show the other reactions. You
So
guys
silence.
isolate. You guys,
Silence is not anger, right?
One second.
Silence?
I just want to interject.
bitch, please. I'm just kidding.
Don't make me have to pimp slap you right in front of everybody, 'cause I'll do it. I might haven't done it in a few years, but damn, I know the swing. I bring it from way up here and bring it right down. 90 degrees, baby.
it's like that game that back in the East Coast play, front hand or
Nice.
back
That's
hand.
right, right back, yeah, man. So, I've been with my fiance for a while. Would you say that was my first reaction when anything ever happened?
Silence speaks
Inquiry
louder than
minds like
words.
to know.
That's why I'm still with you. You're special and unique, and you're not like the others.
She has to say that because she'll get pimp slapped.
Yeah, we just heard the
Also, I'm
description.
I don't know. I don't
90
know.
degree.
I don't know.
afraid of
I
you.
feel like Savannah
I'm afraid
will.
of Dr. D.
I'm afraid. I feel like Savannah can literally just like have an argument with Big Dog. He say something and just walks away. I could see her just run up the wall like Spider-Man and just do a missile drop kick on somebody.
That is correct.
You know?
So he's afraid of you.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then you got Big Dog over here doing a hurricanrana on people and stuff. I'm just saying.
No, if anything, I would say my initial reaction is anger, and his is kind of like, let's seek to understand the problem. It's like, I don't want your fucking Buddhist monk shit right now. I want to argue, but it just never goes that route. We end up talking it out like normal people.
Well, real quick, for both of you, when you guys come to an argument, I know there's some things that are said, or I don't know what you guys say to each other, but I know there's some relationships that people say things to the other one, to a way it makes them, they know how to push that button. But let me ask you this. When you two argue, do you like get out your feelings and like just walk away and then you come back together, or how do you manage that?
For me, I go silent.
Right.
I need to process. I need to take my time before I say something that I will regret.
Right.
Because it's not my goal to hurt someone
Right.
else's feelings
Right.
ever, especially if I care about them, obviously. And then I think he recognizes that I'm quiet, because that is rarely an occurrence. And so he gives me that space that I need.
Right.
And then when I'm ready, I come and I say, like, look, we need to talk about this, because this was not, that
Right.
was not it.
Gotcha.
And then he
Right.
listens, he hears me out, and we talk about like what we can do differently moving forward. But I think part of that has to do with our age, where we are, and just our incredible amount of respect that we have for one another. Like,
Right.
I don't think either of us would ever want to hurt the other person.
Because
So-
I understand that like you both grew up and you got like we all had relationships to where we're arguing with each other, cussing at each other, saying things about like, you know, you're a piece of shit, you're gonna die old just like your dad, like the man just gets crazy. But I get the fact that when two people are in a different world and then they come together and they meet and they're dating and they become fiancés, great couple, fiancés like you two, moving forward, like you both adapt and learn each other as far as basically knowing how to talk things out and figure things out together, and that's what makes you two both a great team. And how I see it as like you're an off, like, you know, like sports wise. I'm a sports person. It's more of like you control the offense, she controls the defense, but at the same time, you two are great, like as a team together.
Well, it's like she said, we do have a mutual respect for each other. The biggest thing that I could say is when she's upset, I know to just give her space so she can process. Because if I don't, and I'm, why are you feeling like this? It's just going to irritate her, and that's going to give her more reason for her to feel like, yeah, she's right. I just walk away and I let her do her thing, and then when she's ready to talk about it, we'll talk.
Right.
Me, I tend to get quiet, and then, or I even told her from the very beginning, I said, if I ever get so frustrated, I just will walk away from you for a little bit so I can process my thoughts.
Right.
I go, because I don't want to say anything wrong. I don't want to say bad things that I'm going to regret later. I go, because it's easy to say hurtful things and then regret it for a lifetime, and I'd rather not.
Right. Understand. Cool.
Yeah, but I was also just never like a big arguing woman that was like, you know what, mother? You know, like, just, I don't know. I tried to practice it, but it just never.
The practice arguing?
Yeah, like, you know, try to get there. Like,
I will give you lessons.
where I was like,
There's
you
a
know,
fight fairly thing.
like
right?
Dr. D said, like,
no,
you know what?
You don't need to give lessons. No. No.
Don't
Brittany,
listen.
we love you, but no.
Please, he don't know me.
You're right. I don't know you. You're absolutely
The
right.
hand at 90
but,
degrees.
But to be honest, between both of us, at least I can keep my drink in my cup.
Oh.
That's
Cowbell.
okay.
He's referencing a perfectly honest spill that happened later. All accusations of Brittany being intoxicated have been unfounded, really.
You know what?
But she's still a great person, though. You
Don't
are.
touch me.
Hey, you're still a great person.
Listen, bitch. I'm just kidding.
Who you calling a bitch?
I'm kidding. I forgot
Don't be calling me a-
hold on. I
She
forgot.
a mean drunk, man.
Wait.
Hey, don't be
I forgot
calling
who
me
I
a-
was talking to.
Hey, don't be calling me a puta.
Yo, ay, Diosito santo. Que no me pegue.
Órale.
Man.
Dios.
No, que sí me pegue.
Órale.
And we're Dr. Dre, Dr. D. How do you feel about all this? You walked into a whole cluster, didn't you?
It's a good cluster. I think that there's a lot of different aspects when it comes to anger or a male's like first response. You know, I always like to ask, what is the male's role in, and let's just put it in dating, right now. What are women expecting from men to do in dating? I know we talked about pay for the bill. That's fine. Me personally, if I have the money, I'm going to pay for the bill, right? Maybe plan the date, right? Because that's been one of the big ones. Oh, I don't want to have to plan this. Okay, that's fine. I'll plan the date. You know, let's think about, you know,
Being the provider, or us men being providers, getting the respect for that.
So, dating wise, we're both coming in here as blank slates, right? Because I can be coming in here butt broke, right? I've got this gift card. I found this gift card down the street, and I'm taking you out on that gift card, and I'm praying that there's money on it, right? Because if not, right?
Please check the gift card first. Please check
broke,
first.
okay?
Okay.
So, and you're coming. I'm meeting you, and hopefully you look like your picture, right? Because that's always the catfishing.
God.
You see how beauty plays a part in men? I never give a shit if you look like your picture.
No,
that's not true.
Come on,
That's
girl.
not
Oh, it's true.
I'm going to show you a
Oh,
picture of
it
me
is
from my
not.
20s and now, right? You're going to say, wow, where'd that guy go, right? No,
But you're not an ugly man.
That doesn't matter.
Hey, we might have a match
saying,
here.
like,
Here's the thing.
I mean, both of your iPhones are at least an inch away from each other. I'm just saying.
No, but here's the thing,
I'm
right?
like, woo, woo.
You know, so my expectation is that when I go to meet the person, I can actually identify them and find them, right? Because my hair color is never going to change, right?
Oh my
But
God.
yours might. And if I walk into the bar or to the restaurant or the roller skating rink and I'm looking for a brunette and here you are highlighted and all this other stuff, right? I may skip you. I may walk by you. How embarrassing.
No.
Super embarrassing.
It is.
There's a deeper meaning to that.
Yeah, she'll recognize you. Hey, Dre, I'm over here.
Yeah. Which would be
Simple
thank
solution.
you.
But
right?
there are some women out there, like
You
what
may
he
not
said,
recognize at all.
that you may not recognize. But
That's
if
right.
that-
Those filter fish.
If that person, if that woman
It's the new version
sees
of the
him,
catfish.
she sees him in public, she doesn't say nothing to him.
She'll walk. She'll be like, "Híjole, it doesn't. That is not Dre. See you later, Dre."
So, you know, I personally, I make sure my pictures are all new.
Updated.
Yeah, and I change them. There's been people I've seen out there from 4 or 5 years ago, females, same pictures, right?
Wow.
That I know because I've been out
Hey,
on
me.
with a
And
date
they,
or two.
and they don't look
And
like
they
those
don't-
pictures?
Well,
Hey,
no,
my
some of them
dating
do,
profile.
but
Oh, okay.
some of them don't. Right? We change as we get older. 4 or 5 years later, yeah, we've changed. You know,
What are you talking about? I look the same.
I don't look the same. I
So
don't.
I think what he's saying is honesty.
Honesty. Yes.
Honesty.
But
Well-
why does the looks matter? Why does that have to be such a big deal?
Because that's part of attraction.
Well, it also
To
you know
them.
takes care. You're
to all
taking-
of us.
You're taking. You have a wealth that your own wealth, right? You feel. Hopefully, every female feels pretty, right?
No.
As
Meow.
Not
just
all.
as they are, because in my opinion, all women are pretty, right? All. Because
wow,
they are
that's
the givers
beautiful.
of birth. Well, they're the givers of birth, right? God gave you the best job in the world.
Women.
Oh, he is really trying to get y'all to write in. Guys, write us in.
We-
He's
But
single.
it's the
You have
truth.
a-
available.
We're
right?
beautiful.
It's the truth.
regardless, Yeah.
So it's getting past the superficial part, right?
Yeah.
But you still have to have an attraction,
You do.
you know.
You
And
do.
it- and
I agree. You do
After
have
you've
to have
spent
attraction.
but after you spent time with somebody, you may find that part of them that's not as beautiful, right? Like morning. I'm a morning person.
I'm a morning person right here.
All right, good to see. All right.
Touch phones.
Because when the thing that ruins my day the most is dealing with someone who's not a morning person, because they're like, "Don't talk to me," and I'm like, "Good, I don't want to talk to you. Like, you're miserable, right? You just ruined my morning."
Yeah.
So, and that's not fair because some people, aren't morning people, and that's fine, right?
That's
you shouldn't be
True.
hated on because of that. It's like being a lefty and people saying you have no rights. That's not fair. But so ultimately, if I'm with someone, I want them to be a morning person. Right. Well, I do. Yeah. I want them to get up in the morning and be happy to see me, just like I'm happy to see them. Let's get that coffee going. Let's,
Sorry, guys, but it's that time. We can conclude this for our final episode for next week. Stay tuned, everybody, and we'll find out what Dr. D prescribes for this dating inequality. Have a good one, everybody.